it's nothing worse than when you run into technical issues, because there's nothing you can do. So I want to start this video off by apologizing. Yeah, I just had a bunch of technical issues, and you know, the first time you deal with something, it's like, okay, maybe it's just a glitch. We're not gonna overreact. We just gonna relax and see what's going on, right? And then the second day, it was like, oh, something wrong. What's wrong with my equipment, right? And then it's like, oh man. So basically, I just been going through a bunch of technical stuff, and I apologize for that. We going hard the next couple of days. I got to make it up some way, somehow. I love and thank y'all so much for rocking with me. But yeah, that's what, you see we got a whole new setup. I'm in a whole new spot of the crib. I'm not in my room. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on, man. But we gonna make it work. But we back with Creedence Clearwater Revival. This is Looking Out My Back Door. Every time I hear CCR, I know what I'm gonna get, because they have their style is kind of similar in all of their songs, but the anticipation of I don't know. It's a certain anticipation I have when I hear CCR, and I have it today, and I'm ready to hear it. So let's go.
Listening to Buckowens, looking out my back door.
Hold on, that's them? It's one of those situations where it's like the voice doesn't match the person, like I can't believe that voice is coming out of him. He almost remind me of like Zac Efron from like High School Musical or something. But that voice is coming out of him. And I love this music video. I don't know if they're in a restaurant. At first I thought this was like an actual in studio like portrayal of them in the studio making the song, but it looks like a restaurant now that I'm kind of like, it's fire. I like that breakdown they did. Man, I can't believe that's him. Again, his voice just don't sound like that's his voice. He really remind me of like Zac Efron or Troy Bolton out of High School Musical. I can't believe that's his voice. Wow. Alright, well, that was really nice. And I really, again, I forgot what I said before about CCR and how a lot of their songs range 2 to 3 minutes. I like that. I know a lot of people don't like short songs, and of course that's completely relative. But songs that are relatively short, it depends on the song, of course. Like some songs, it's best to keep it short because if it's pretty repetitive and it's just a similar sound the whole time. It's like you don't want to drag it out. But of course, if you got like a Bohemian Rhapsody or a Stairway to Heaven, where it's damn near 3 different songs in one, that's understandable. But I really like how they keep a lot of their songs short. But let's see here. Looking out my back door. Do you know out my back door? Written by the band's lead singer, guitarist, and songwriter John Fogerty. It is included on the 1970 album Cosmo's Factory. This was the group's 5th album and was also their 5th and final number 2 Billboard hit. Held off the top spot by Diana Ross's version of Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Wow. That's incredible. Like, just so much good music at one time. Like, the fact that this had to compete with Diana Ross's version of Ain't No Mountain High Enough. I mean, that just goes to show you the level of competition that you're dealing with every single time you release. Like now, when a song, like right now, it's pretty quiet for music. Like, not too much, like big names are dropping at the moment. A lot of big names dropped last year, so that means this year might be a little quiet. But, just to think, like, every single time you release, you're competing with another legend. That's impressive. The song's lyrics, filled with colorful dreamlike imagery, lead some to believe that it is about drugs. According to the drug theory, the flying spoon was a reference to a cocaine or heroin spoon, and the crazy animal images were an acid trip. Fogerty, however, has stated in interviews that the song was actually written for his then 3-year-old son, Josh. Fogerty has also said that the allusion to a parade passing by was inspired by Dr. Seuss's book, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Okay. Gotcha. That's another thing I like about that music. It can be interpreted however you want it to be interpreted. Once again, man, outside of Have You Ever Seen the Rain, and honestly, now that I think about it, that song isn't really that. It's not sad. It just it's just slower compared to some of the other CCR songs that I've heard. But it's actually not that sad. It's actually not sad at all. Now that I think about it, all of that music, it just, I don't know. It almost kind of reminds me of Pink Floyd, where you don't know how to feel sometimes. You just listen to it and just enjoy the music for for the music, not necessarily for what's being portrayed in a way. You just kind of enjoy the music. You know, it's not like trying to think. Like Zeppelin, what they're talking about has a heavy influence on it. Their music, because it can be interpreted however you want it to be interpreted, it doesn't change my mood, I should say. It doesn't like a lot of songs can change my mood. CCR, when I hear that music, I just enjoy the music, and that's it. I can go back, I could do laundry afterwards, you know? And that's not a bad thing. Everybody thinks that music has to be like some deep-rooted thing. Sometimes you just want to listen to music, enjoy it, and go about your day. And that's a perfect thing. It's not a bad thing at all. So, once again, man, CCR did it, man. I'm thoroughly impressed with them, and I can't wait to hear more. So as always, request more, and I'm gonna hop on it as soon as possible. But yeah, man. Again, apologies for the new setup. Who knows how long we'll be here, but that's how we're gonna rock out for a while. So just bear with me. But as always, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time with CCR. Peace.